As leaders, we are called to live a different life, one that sometimes makes us uncomfortable. If we truly aim to serve other people, these ones that we lead, we must be willing to roll up our sleeves and step into the fray. In this series, you will be exposed to many things that many of us have been blind to for most of our lives. Things that you believe could only be true in the movies. And quite frankly, things that'll make you sick to your stomach. You will also become very aware that this is a real issue in our society today. It is much more common than people want to give it credit for, and no one is safe from its reach. The predator does not care about age. He doesn't care about a person's sex. He doesn't care about what school they go to or what type of car you drive or the amount of money you make. What he does care about, however, is being able to pick off one from the edge of the pack. He is looking for every weakness to exploit. With the darkness, however, there is also a ton of light. And these people that I have interviewed here that are involved in the fight of this atrocity, these people are amazing people and devoted their time and effort to help, speak out, fight, and provide resources around these difficult topics. And it was an absolute honor for me to be able to speak to each and every one of these people. And I want to talk about each and every one of them for a second. This series will be spotlighting survivors such as Kristen Vaughn, who now fights alongside Ben Owen and Jessica Owen in We Fight Monsters. We have Mary Jo Ross, who is an advocate and a consultant. Kalila Riga, who is also an advocate and a consultant. We have a parent of a survivor, Linda Harlos, who is an absolutely phenomenal person as well, who is an advocate and a consultant and an author. We have warriors that were out who are out there on the front lines day after day fighting this evil. We have Heidi Chance, who is a former undercover, now provides training and resources for law enforcement and different organizations. We have Kevin Metcalf, who was with the National Child Protection Task Force and has moved over now to Sentinel Foundation. We have Ben Owen on the show. Ben Owen, who is becoming a great friend each day that I know him, is an amazing person, and he hits the streets every day. And then we have people out there who they might not be on the front lines, but they're doing just as important work. Hannah George will be visiting us, talking about technology and how technology can be a resource for parents and for society. We have people out there working in the healing space. We have Susie Vibral, who is the founder of Room Redux, who restores children's environments after trauma, which is very, very important. And they pay very close attention to every detail. And we have Jessica Lamb, who I find just absolutely intriguing because she talks about iconography with tattooing and how it's related to gangs and trafficking and different things like that. But she also helps these victims heal through this network of tattoo artists that are willing to help these type of people. And last but not least, a little bit late to the party, but very welcome, is another warrior on the front line. Joe Scaramucci is going to be joining us as well. Big time law enforcement, recently just moved over to take a position with Skull Games, which we'll go into more on the show, but you'll find it absolutely fascinating. Once again, I want to mention how much of an honor it has been to work with each and every one of these people. But I'll tell you, and this hurts me to my core, leaders, but I've listened to all of these testimonies and I found a common thread in every one of these stories. And the part that hurts me is that men are the primary driver behind this evil. Now, don't throw rocks at me, people, because I also believe that men, even though they're a primary driver behind this evil, I also believe that strong men can be a large part of the solution to all of this. So it is also my honor to have on a friend of mine who is the founder of the Order of Man movement and podcast. And what we're going to be talking about is how men, when they structure themselves correctly, how it can grow into healthy masculinity rather than this toxic bullshit that I just talked about. So if I didn't mention his name, Ryan Mickler, the founder of the Order of Man movement and podcast, is who I'm talking about right now, who does a lot of work in the man movement, I guess, the creating proper masculinity. So that is really mine and Ryan's gift to everybody as we round this all out is, since that seems to be a large part of the root cause is men being on the wrong path, we wanted to provide a solution. But we'll also be putting on the Fireforge Leader website a link for all these other resources as well. What I want you to do as the listeners is, this is not just a series to listen to. This is a call to action. I personally am calling each and every one of you to action. There's no one else coming. It's up to us. So I want you to go and check out each and every one of those resources that I have on my website. And the website is www.fireforgedleader.com/CTR. Also, as you navigate through all of these different episodes in these series, I really urge you to listen without your children present. These episodes contain intense stories and situations that the innocence of children should not have to hear. I look forward to seeing you on that first interview with Kristen Vaughn.